Hi everyone, welcome to my channel on astrology and tarot. I'm Anisha. I'm going to be talking about the new moon that is there on the 10th of July, and this new moon is there in Cancer. I know that we have lots of new moons, we have a lot of full moons, and you could be wondering what is it that is going to be so different about this. Well, the interesting thing is that the times are, and as I speak, the world around us has completely changed. How is it that we socialize? How is it that we invest our money? What is it that we do about our careers? And this new moon, while of course it's there in Cancer and it has its positive aspects as well, we have three challenging squares that are aspecting to Uranus, the planet of unpredictability and chaos. And I've spoken about this specific aspect of Uranus that is squaring Saturn throughout the year. So this specific new moon, which is there in Cancer, which is all about nurturance, it's about our roots, it's about our family, it's about our closest relationships. We also have Venus, which is heavily aspected, which is about money. It is about relationships. It's about our creative ventures. It's about our children. And it's also about our sexual intimacy and our relationships which we share with our partners. Now, as world is opening up, as we are learning new ways to interact, new ways to deal with people, and through the new collective, a new normal is emerging. In fact, whenever we are out and we see somebody without a mask, there's almost a sense of a shock that, oh my God, why is that person not, or he or she is not taking care of themselves, because we have become so used to seeing people with masks now, and that is the new normal for us now, carrying sanitizers, ensuring that we're not there in crowded spaces, ensuring that we are vaccinated, double vaccinated, the travel policies, everything is becoming the new norm, something which was very uncertain, unpredictable, and still is to a certain extent. But through this entire collective energy is emerging a new normal for us, wherein that we are learning to adjust as to how it is that now we deal with the world. And we can liken this specific energy with the new moon energy, which is about inspiration. It inspires transformative changes, and it helps us to adjust to life's ever-changing waters that are there around us right now. And it's a good time with this new moon to be looking at our own habitual patterns, how it is that we engage with people with whom we live, how it is that we engage or interact with our children, our parents, our partners, our husbands, our wives, our spouses, people with whom we live, share the same space, people who work with us, people who work for us. And it's a time also when we are being shown the mirror as to what is it that our own behavior pattern, which may have got ingrained in us over number of years, and this is nothing which is, all of a sudden it has come about. We have become accustomed to maybe worrying about something consistently. Maybe we really worry ourselves sick about our children, or we worry about our future, or we worry about our relationships, and hence we bring about that strain, that at times even that tension in our relationships, because we are assuming and we are worrying about things which are not in our control. So this is a time when we are being shown the mirror on our own patterns, on how it is that we behave. It doesn't have to do with the others. What is it that they are doing, what is it that they do is really not of a concern. What is it, the accountability is with us. How is it that we are being? What is it that we are thinking? How is it then we are taking our decision basis our own thinking patterns and the opportunity to transform the way that we think, the way that we behave. And Cancer's energy is going to be forcing us to understand our emotional reactions. So these emotional reactions are going to be not just, I think they're showing us a mirror, but they're asking us to look at our own ingrained emotional patterns. What is it that needs to be released? And even though it's a new moon, Normally we have the full moon, during which we do the releasing exercises, and we say, okay, this is the time that a cycle is coming to an end. But this new moon, because there's so much of other drama that's happening around, with Uranus being there, with Venus in a tense aspect, which is about our love lives, our relationship with our children. And this is a time where it is saying that we are accountable for our own feelings. We are accountable for the environment that we create around us. We are accountable for our own happiness. Do we tend to react emotionally on practically most of the things without having the facts with us? And if we do, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing good or bad about it. It's just an opportunity for us to correct it. We can course correct it so that we can lead a more fulfilling relationship with ourselves. People come second, whether it is our spouse, our children, our parents, they all come secondary, not before the relationship that we have with ourselves. So it's extremely important that we investigate, we explore, we look at our own relationships. Are we with ourselves? Are we taking care of ourselves? If we feel bad about something, how many days do we take to sit and feel bad about it? Do we cry for days? Do we get into a depression? Do we tell everybody around us? Or do we pick up the phone and tell our friends, our relatives, our siblings that I'm going through so much of pain and this one said that to me and I cannot tolerate this? Or do we take a pause and do we step back and tell ourselves that I am accountable for my happiness? I am accountable for creating the happy environment around me, and then operate from that. Bright side, the caregiving Cancer is here to comfort us, and while it inspires changes which are necessary for us to keep moving ahead, it's a time to be taking stock of our deepest relationships and how it is that they not only impact us but also encourage us to implement a solid self-care routine. Now Venus over here is going to be bringing during this new moon an increased desire to have intimacy, and it can be that some of us will give ultimatums to our partners, or we can say, no, only if you loved me you would do this for me. So there can be a lot of aggression, because there's Mars over there as well. So there can be a need to sort of seek that validation, want that proof, that tell me how much you love me, or how far can you go if you want to sort of save this relationship. So this is a time, again, while we have all this tense aspect with Venus happening over there, and with Mars pushing Venus to get more not just aggravated, but I would say that because Saturn also is there, which is there on a tense square with Uranus, there can be a sense of feeling sad, there can be a sense of feeling lonely, and which we need to be, again, try and look at it very broadly. I know that there are a lot of books, and say you should be happy always and you should never be sad, and it's all right to feel bad about something, but the amount of time that you take to feel bad and then to recover from it is also very important. And also the important thing is that how often do we talk about it? So not just the conversations or the communication that we're having, as far as our hurt is concerned, we need to be watching our words. We need to be watching very carefully how often do we catch ourselves complaining about a certain situation in our life. Maybe it could be as simple as that, I cook so wonderfully and nobody praises me, or I don't maybe get to spend as much as time that I should with my spouse, or I don't get to travel. It can be anything, it can be money related, because Venus, besides love, romance, also rules money. Or maybe they can be the sense of that, oh, why don't I have so much of money, or the missed opportunities that have been there in my life. And it's important to watch our communication, watch our words. How often are we bringing that about and saying that, or and again, whether it's with our friends, with our siblings, with our family, that we're conveying that sadness, that regret, that I wish that this had happened, I wish I had a better life, or I wish my children were like this, or I wish I earned so much of money and my life would be somewhere. The new moon energy is a extremely potent and a transformative energy. Either we can get caught in this entire whirlpool of self-pity and blame and constantly looking at others to give us that solution, which honestly is not going to be coming. But the important thing over here is that we take charge of our own happiness. So if it's a fantastic time for those of you, whether you paint or you are involved in music, or you write or even sculpt. It's a fantastic time to be creating something new. It's a beautiful time to be giving shape to something which is all about hope. It's about happiness, and it's for you. It's self-care. Entire focus of this new moon is going to be about self-care. It's going to be as to how it is that we not only own our own happiness, but we also create an environment around us which makes it conducive for everybody. No one wants to be felt bad, when we keep blaming people, or we, make those snide remarks. We'll say it very subtly that, oh, not really, I'm not feeling bad, but you should not have done that. Not a nice thing to do, because if we are really gracious in our hearts, and if we are really content with our own selves, then there is no need to be blaming. It's all right, and we create that environment which makes other people more confident emotionally around us to speak their heart out, to share themselves with us. Also, Venus squaring Uranus is going to be testing the stability of relationships. So if you have a stable relationship, fantastic. You don't have to be worrying about it. But if you have had a constant up and down in your relationship, if there's been a power struggle of this is what I do or that is what I do, and why don't you stop doing this thing, and why don't you stop doing that, and I'm doing so much, then it can result in either a lot of unpleasantness around you, or even a temporary separation can happen. But a healthy relationship, fortunately, will face no such drama, because Uranus is there. It can be that there can be a need for more, you may want more freedom, you may want more independence, and you may say, I don't want this marriage, or I don't want to be dealing with these people with whom I'm working, and I want my own creative independence. I want to do work the way that I choose to do. The thing again to keep in mind over here is that how cooperative we are, how collaborative we are. It's not the time to be picking up fights. It's not time to be breaking things. It's not time to be really insisting upon your own independence and freedom, and having your relationship suffer over it. So try and stay as flexible as possible. Try and turn opportunities which could be negative and restrictive and limiting in your life. Try and be open to things which are unknown, so that you're able to experience things, which may result into something really beautiful. Because till the time that we are not really open to exploring and opening our mind more to things about which we do not have any facts, we won't know. It's not the time to be moving on our own assumptions and our own whether it's hearsay, or it is our feelings, or general sensitivity. Also, it's a fantastic time for self-awareness. It's a great time where if you want to create something new, because Uranus is all about invention, it's about creativity, it's about whether you want to, or whether you are curious about something, that you want to study something more at a deeper level, it's a great time for them. That it's also a great time for exploring the internet further, for those of you who are content creators, YouTubers, whether you're on Instagram, or even for a lot of you who are putting up your business on the internet. It's a fabulous time to be starting that. to stay open to the unexpected opportunities and willingness to change are going to be the golden key for this new moon. I wish you a beautiful new moon, and I wish that if there is any kind of a pain or a challenge in your relationship, that you will take opportunity for this specific new moon energy and you'll transform it. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'm putting up a new video every week now. It'll be lovely to see you there. I'll see you soon, and thank you so much for watching.